Alright guys, so I wasn't planning on doing this until I got the engine back in, but as you can see the engine's not back in. But I've been having people ask me about how the car is going, so I just figured I'd run through what I've done since I haven't been filming. So most of the reason why I haven't been filming is just trying to get everything together and get the engine in and everything, but obviously that's backfired. I've had a lot of stuff going on, and yeah, no need for excuses. But from front to back, I had scuffed this all up and had my girlfriend paint POR 15 on it. You can tell over there it's shinier. That's leftover paint from the engine block, and then I ordered more POR 15 and I apparently ordered a satin black. So the fenders and stuff out here and over there are like a more flat or dull black. I still have to do the underside and the subframe. Haven't prepped it yet. I got a bunch more parts, and unfortunately I didn't grab my other parts that I have in the house. But these are Jeep wheels. They are 15 by 6 inch wide. The back spacing is a little too tight on it. Since I went to a disc brake, I had to get a 1/4 inch spacer, which here's one of them right here. Or the wheels would hit the calipers. And that comes with new control arms. Let me get a light. Come with a new upper control arm because they changed to a B body, I think, upper ball joint style. And then you get a new bolt-on lower ball joint bracket. This kit is the CPP kit, which is I bought off eBay. Here's the other disc. This is a 5 on 4.5 bolt circle, so I had to get different rims. The old ones are 5 by 100 or 5 by 4, I think. I think those are the same. So converted the car to disc, half of it anyways. I was gonna think about filming the other half, but haven't found the ambition to do it, and obviously I still don't have it together. I've got cheap shocks for up front. I'm looking at buying Viking Crusaders for the rear. Yeah, before I get babbling too much, the front tires are an H-rated. I don't even remember what they are. I think they're Mastercraft. So they're rated to like 132. Yep, they're Mastercraft. They're a 185/60. I just put new ones on there. They were cheap. They're like 70 bucks. Excuse me. And I did a Raptor liner on the inside of the car throughout the whole pan. As you can tell, it's bed lined in here. Put a couple good coats on there. I built a cross member here. I don't know if you guys remember, but to clear the Turbo 400, there's like a cross member that goes across to hold the torsions together, which is directly underneath where this plate is. And to clear the Turbo 400, you have to cut that out and move some stuff around. So I just moved it up top. This is rosette welded six times on each plate side, so 6 times over here, 6 times over there. It's fully welded all the way around on the sheet metal as well, and it just connects the 2 halves of the torsion bar mount. Excuse me. These are Cavalier seats. This one I've got to kind of true up a little bit. I think somebody bent the thing so it kind of just leans out. And like I said, I've got the back. That's not actually rust, that's sand, because obviously yeah, dirt. And then I've been building this center console that's been like the ruin of my whole existence. I guess I will get started on complaining about that. I went to like Ace Hardware and got some cheap like rod. Like that stuff there. And was gonna make it out of like some rods and, you know, bend it, make it super light, you know, bend it out here, then make like webbing in it. Well, I don't know what exactly happened, but one of my friends was saying that, you know, that cheap stuff that they get is super low grade and it has a lot of impurities in it. And I cleaned it and put acetone on it and Scotch-Brited it, and it would just like bubble and pop and make horrible weld. So I just could never get it clean, and I just ended up going with this. And this actually I had a little bit of issue with too, and it just, I don't know what the deal was, if it's something with my welder or what, because I've welded, you know, aluminum before, and even that cast oil pan that I welded for my engine it welded 10 times better than all this stuff did. I don't know why. And this is actually the filler panel material that I made for the patch panel on the pan, which we're not using anyways. But got my shifter mounted. Let me kind of sit in here and show you guys what it looks like. Oh. Alright, so yep. So that's what it looks like to shift in here. Second, third, reverse lock, and then park. So this is kind of faced on and away from me. I wish there was a better way to film it, but you know, that's why I like setting it up. It's a little intrusive to the passenger seat, as you can tell, but I like it. So, you know, I've spent like a week of frustration on this thing, and I'm finally to the point where it's like mounted. And I wanted to do speed holes in it and stuff, because this is fairly thick. Like this is 1/4 inch angle iron, and I kind of want, or not angle iron, but angle aluminum. I kind of wanted to speed hole the side of it there, and I'm over it. If it holds it up and I can like waddle my butt in here, because that's the whole reason to have a center console if you're fat, is to kind of like lean on it. So I got the inside here coated. The roof I'm kind of working on painting. You probably can't see it. I got everything ripped out of it, so I'm going to paint PR15 in here too. Yeah. And then I guess I'm going to cut it here, and then I'll show you guys my Caltrax that I just got. Maybe I'll take one of the bars out. Alright, so here's the box for my Caltrax. And then this is, you know, the setup. I don't want to dig too much of it out. They didn't have this connected and stuff. I dug some of it out, but I'm starting to make a mess with the peanuts. I can see why Matt hates these. Matt Apple hates these. I didn't think they even used them anymore. But this is for an A-body, 20-inch front leaf spring section. Typical Mopar A-body anyways. So this is supposed to help with wheel hop. I'm going to run stock springs on it. And then, like I said, I'm planning on getting a Viking Crusader shock setup. So that'll be double adjustable compression and rebound. And then, yeah, I I don't really have, I don't want to say that I don't have that much to do, because there's a lot to do. I find myself adding up a lot of stuff that doesn't need to be done, but because I'm not in a hurry anymore, like I wanted to do a dyno day, which I was trying to make it to with this car, and I didn't end up making it, so I kind of, I didn't lose the ambition, but I don't have myself on a time schedule anymore. So I've been doing a lot of things like painting the engine bay, I want to paint the underneath of the car, I want to do the interior, paint it nice, get all the surface rust off, and you know, get rid of everything, get rid of the headliner and everything. And I've been doing all sorts of stuff like that. I guess I could show you guys the tires. You guys know what tires I'm running in a previous video. And this is the fronts, the 185 60s that I got for the fronts. So you can tell the difference. The ones on the left are what I'm using on the rear, obviously. They're 275 60s, I think. Yeah. They're 28-10-5 size, in normal size, so that's what the rims look like. And like I said, guys, I am still working on the car. I just haven't been filming much, and you know, there's been some people asking how it's going. I guess I do want to say, while I'm not filming a whole lot, if you guys would like to follow the build, I'm gonna put my links to my Facebook page for my business, and then my Instagram, which I should post more to Instagram because there is a lot more people interested in it out there on that form of social media. So I'll put those in the description if you want to follow me there. I'll be posting on there more often than I will be on the page until it runs. I do want to say thank you to Mike from Monkey Fab. He cut me a custom part that won't be in or on the car until it runs, but I plan on doing like an intro with it, and he's super nice. As always, support small businesses. He's a great guy to deal with if you need anything for fabrication and stuff. Super honest, super quick to ship parts out, and you know, he already knew that when I ordered something that it needed to be different, so he actually contacted me through email as far as what I actually needed, and custom made it off of what he actually has on his site. So I want to say thank you to him, and I want to say thank you guys for actually watching, if you're watching till this point in the video. I need to get back going on filming, but I don't have a whole lot of ambition to film until the engine's in and it actually runs. I feel like it would, I feel like when it runs, it'll be a lot more interesting for a lot of people, because you know, not a whole lot of people like heavy fabrication car building. There's a very small few that watch YouTube that actually enjoy that. So appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you guys have a good Thanksgiving weekend, and I'll see you on the next one. No promise of when that'll be. See you guys.